I've reviewed dozens of spotting scopes, but the first time I looked through the 99mm fluorite crystal lens on the TSN-99A, I had to double-check that the image wasn't digitally enhanced. Yes, it's that sharp. So today, we're taking a deep dive into the Kowa TSN-99A set, one of the most talked about spotting scopes of 2025. We're going to look at real optical performance, build quality, long-range clarity, and how well it pairs with the Vanguard VEO 5264 CV14 tripod. By the end of this video, you'll know whether this is truly the sharpest spotting scope you can buy right now or just a very expensive flex. Build quality and design. Let's start with the physical build, because Kowa didn't cheap out here. The body is a magnesium alloy chassis, light enough to carry all day, but solid enough to handle rough field conditions. You get an angled design, which I personally prefer for long glassing sessions because it's simply more comfortable and flexible. The weather sealing is excellent. Waterproof, fog-proof, nitrogen-filled, everything you need for rain, cold mornings, or big temperature shifts. The dual-layer protective armor also gives it a premium, durable feel. Even the eyepiece connection feels rock solid. This is a scope built to last a decade or more. Optical performance, the star of the show. Now let's talk optics, the reason people gravitate toward this model. The TSN-99A uses a 99mm Pure Fluorite Crystal objective lens, not coated fluorite elements, Pure Fluorite Crystal. This is the same type of lens material used in ultra-high-end astro and broadcast lenses. What does that mean in real use? Chromatic aberration is almost non-existent. Colors look natural, no weird color fringing. Contrast is incredible, even against bright backgrounds. And most importantly, low-light performance is insane for a spotting scope. At dawn and dusk, when most scopes start to look muddy or grainy, the TSN-99A stays bright and clean. If you do birding, wildlife observation, or long-range spotting during critical low-light hours, this matters a lot. Then we have the 30 to 70x wide-angle zoom eyepiece. At 30x, the field of view is surprisingly wide and comfortable. At 70x, most scopes soften or dim noticeably, but here the clarity holds up far better than expected. Is there some light loss at 70x? Of course. Physics is physics. But compared to other high magnification scopes, the TSN-99A stays remarkably sharp even when pushed to the limit. Dual focus system, precision matters. One of my favorite features is the dual focus mechanism. You get a fast focus wheel for big adjustments and a fine focus wheel for micro adjustments. This matters because at 50x to 70x, a tiny misfocus completely destroys image quality. With the TSN-99A, that fine focus control lets you dial in perfect sharpness, even on small details like feathers, antlers, or small text on distant markers. This dual focus system is one of the reasons this scope feels so premium. Real-world use and handling. So how does it actually feel to use in the field? The scope balances well, even with the large 99mm objective. Eyepiece rotation is smooth. Eye relief is comfortable enough for users with glasses. And because it's an angled body, long sessions become a lot easier on your neck. Atmospheric distortion is the one factor no optic can fully control. But what surprised me is how well the TSN-99A handles heat mirage and shimmer. You still get distortion on hot days, but the resolution stays stable enough that you can still identify and observe subjects that lesser scopes would completely blur out. Overall, long-range performance is consistent and confidence-inspiring. Tripod pairing, Vanguard VEO 5264 CV14. Now let's talk about the tripod setup, because this scope requires a strong, stable platform to reach its full potential. I paired it with the Vanguard VEO 5264 CV14, which is a carbon fiber tripod with a fluid video head. Why does this matter? The carbon fiber legs absorb micro vibrations way better than aluminum. With a 99mm lens at 70x zoom, even small shakes look like an earthquake. This tripod eliminates that. The fluid head is also extremely smooth for panning, perfect for tracking birds or scanning wide landscapes. You can absolutely use other tripods, but if you want to unlock everything this scope can do, you need a tripod in this performance range. Anything cheap will choke the system. Digiscoping performance. For digiscopers, this is one of the best platforms you can buy. Whether you're using a smartphone adapter or a mirrorless camera, the sharpness and low-light performance translate beautifully to photos and video. At 30x, images look crisp and vibrant. At 70x, you'll still get good images, but keep expectations realistic. Atmosphere and camera shake become bigger factors. Still, if you want a scope for serious digiscoping, the TSN-99A is a top-tier choice. Final verdict. So is the Kowa TSN-99A the sharpest spotting scope of 2025? Simply put, yes, based on everything I've tested so far. The combination of Pure Fluorite Crystal optics, the massive 99mm objective, and the incredibly well-designed dual-focus system puts this scope in a league of its own. It's not cheap, but if you want professional-grade clarity and performance, this is absolutely one of the best scopes on the planet right now. If you're serious about wildlife viewing, birding, long-range spotting, or digiscoping, and you want the clearest possible glass, this scope deserves to be at the top of your list.